Dear students, in this video, let us see how to draw the isometric view of a circle using four-center method. So this is the question. Draw the isometric view of a circle of diameter 50 mm. So let me first draw the circle of diameter 50 mm. In order to draw the isometric view of any planar surface, the first step is to enclose it in a rectangle. So here I am enclosing this circular surface in a rectangle. Since the planar surface here is a circle, the enclosing rectangle will have all sides equal and hence it will be a square. In the next step, name the square as 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I have added another line to the question. Draw the isometric view of a circle of diameter 50 mm when the plane is horizontal. So now we have to draw the isometric view of this square. For that I draw a horizontal line and mark 1 on it. Next, draw a line from A at an angle 30 degree towards the right and another line at 30 degree towards the left. Next, transfer the distance 1, 2 to the inclined line at the right and mark 2 there. Next, let us take the distance 4, 1 and mark 4 on the left inclined line. Draw an arc with 2 as center and 2, 3 as radius and 4 as center and 4, 3 as radius, cutting that arc to get the point 3. Joining this point with 4 and 2, we get the isometric view of this square and the shape of that is a rhombus. Okay, let us mark 3 here. Next, mark the midpoints of all these 4 sides. So first marking the midpoint of 1, 2, then the midpoint of 2, 3, then the midpoint of 3, 4 and the midpoint of 4, 1. Draw a line from point 1 to the midpoint of line 3, 4. Then draw a line from the same point 1 to the midpoint of side 2, 3. Similarly, draw a line from point 3 to the midpoint of the opposite side, that is 1, 4, and another line from 3 to the midpoint of the opposite side 1, 2. Next, with this point C1 as center and this length as radius, draw an arc using a compass. So a part of the isometric view of the circle is ready now. Next, with C2 as center and radius equal to this, draw another arc. So 2 arcs we have drawn till now. Next, with this point C3 as center and radius this length, draw an arc. Next, select point 3 as center 4 and this as radius, draw another arc like this. So this completes our isometric view of the circle when the plane is horizontal. And the final shape we get is that of an ellipse. One important point that we have to keep in mind is that we are drawing the isometric view. So the lines 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4 and 4, 1 are true lengths. That is 50 millimeter. But if you are drawing an isometric projection, you have to draw the isometric scale and take the isometric lengths while drawing these lines 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4 and 4, 1. Next, let us see another case. Draw the isometric view of a circle of diameter 50 mm when the plane is vertical. So first let us draw the isometric view of this vertical square. For that, first drawing the vertical line 2, 3 as vertical itself. Since this is an isometric view, the length of 2, 3 will be the true length or the actual length in the isometric view. Now, from 2, draw a line inclined at 30 degrees to the horizontal and mark 1 on that line. Next, to mark the point 4, with 1 4 as radius and 1 as center, draw an arc. Then with 3 4 as radius and 3 as center, cut an arc on that arc to get the point 4. Next, draw a line joining 1 4 and another line joining 3 to 4 and mark 4 there. Okay, so the isometric view of this vertical square plane is complete. Now, to draw the isometric view of the circle, mark the midpoints of all the 4 sides of this isometric square. Next, draw the longest diagonal of this isometric square, that is 4 2. Now, from corner 1, draw a line to the midpoint of the opposite side 4 3, and from the same corner draw another line to the midpoint of opposite side 2 3. Next, from point 3, draw a line to the midpoint of the opposite edge 1 4, and from the same point 3, draw a line joining the midpoint of the opposite side 1 2. Now let us mark the center points C1 and C2 and the other center points C3 and C4. Once we have finished marking the 4 center points C1, C2, C3 and C4, now let us draw these 4 arcs. So the first arc is drawn with center as C1 and this as radius. This can be drawn using a compass. Next, using a compass itself with center as C2 and this as radius, draw another arc. Next, we need to draw the bigger arcs, that is with C3 as center and this length as radius. Draw another arc, that is a bigger arc joining the smaller arcs. Now the fourth arc is to be drawn with C4 as center and this as radius using the compass itself. Now this completes the isometric view of a circle when the plane is vertical. This is the isometric view of the circle when looking from the left side. Similarly, we can draw the isometric view of a vertical circle or circular plane when looking from right hand side. So here also we need to draw the vertical line and a line at 30 degree incline to the horizontal, then mark 1 2, then to get point 3 draw 2 arcs, that is one from 4 and one from 2, and join these lines. Now we have got the point 3. Next, draw the longest diagonal, that is a line joining point 1 and point 3. Next, mark the midpoints of all the edges of this isometric square. So I am marking the midpoints of 1 2, 2 3, 3 4 and 4 1. Next, in order to mark the centers, let us select a point on the square which does not contain the longest diagonal. So I am selecting 2 and drawing lines connecting the midpoints of its opposite sides. Similarly, I have taken point 4 and drawing lines joining 4 and midpoints of its 2 opposite edges, that is a line to the midpoint of 2 3 and to the midpoint of 1 2. Now let us mark the center points. One is C1, this, and the other one is C2. Let us also mark the other centers C3 and C4 at point 2 and point 4 respectively. Now let us draw the 4 arcs with these centers. That is, the first arc with C1 as center and this as radius. This has to be drawn using compass. And the next line with C2 as center and this as radius. Then with C3 as center and this long line as radius, draw an arc using the compass itself. Then finally the fourth arc with C4 as center and this line as radius. Once these 4 arcs are combined, we get a beautiful elliptical shape here. So this is how we draw isometric view of circles.